Ladies and gentlemen, the idea we're going to explore today is this. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, Jim, that sounds like fake it till you make it, but let me tell you, it's not about faking anything. It's about embodying excellence, about living up to your potential, about becoming the person you were meant to be. You see, success leaves clues, and one of the biggest clues that successful people leave behind is this. They act as if they are the best long before the rest of the world recognizes them as such. They carry themselves with confidence, speak with authority, and approach their work with unparalleled dedication. But here's the kicker. They're not pretending. They're not putting on a show. They're living out their commitment to excellence in every moment, in every action, in every decision. And that's what I want to challenge you to do today. Now let's break this down. What does it mean to act as if you are the best? First and foremost, it means setting high standards for yourself. The best don't settle for mediocrity. They don't say, that's good enough. They constantly push themselves to improve, to learn, to grow. To think about it. If you were the best in your field, would you be satisfied with just getting by? Would you be content with doing the bare minimum? Of course not. You'd be constantly looking for ways to innovate, to excel, to push the boundaries of what's possible. And that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. Set standards for yourself that are so high, they make other people uncomfortable. When you walk into a room, carry yourself as if you're the expert everyone's been waiting to hear from. When you take on a project, approach it as if it's the most important work you'll ever do. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, isn't that arrogance? Isn't that being full of yourself into that? I say not. There's a world of difference between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is thinking you're better than everyone else. Confidence is knowing you can become better than you are right now. You see, when you act as if you're the best, you're not putting others down. You're lifting yourself up. You're challenging yourself to live up to the potential that's within you. And let me tell you, my friends, that potential is far greater than most of you realize. I've often said that we should all be students of our own lives. Well, when you act as if you're the best, you become the most dedicated student of all, because you know that to be the best, you have to keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. Let me share a little secret with you. The most successful people I've ever met, the ones who truly are the best in their fields, they all have one thing in common. They never stop learning. They're always reading, always asking questions, always seeking out new experiences and perspectives. So when I say act as if you're the best, I'm also saying learn as if you're a beginner. Because the best know that there's always more to learn, always room for improvement. They approach each day with curiosity and enthusiasm, eager to discover what new lessons it might hold. Now, let's talk about how this mindset affects your work. When you act as if you're the best, you approach your job differently. You're not just there to punch a clock or collect a paycheck. You're there to make a difference, to add value, to leave your mark. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you approach your work? Would you be content to just meet expectations, or would you consistently exceed them? Would you wait for opportunities to come to you, or would you create them? The best don't wait for permission to excel. They don't need someone to tell them to go above and beyond. They do it naturally because that's who they are. That's how they operate. And that's what I'm challenging you to do. When you take on a project, don't just ask yourself, how can I get this done? Ask yourself, how can I do this in a way that will amaze everyone involved? When you're faced with a problem, don't just look for a solution. Look for an innovative approach that no one else has thought of. This mindset doesn't just apply to your work, by the way. It applies to every area of your life. How you treat your family and friends, how you take care of your health, how you manage your finances. In every aspect of your life, ask yourself, if I were the best, how would I handle this? Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, this all sounds great, but I'm not the best. I'm just average. Well, let me tell you something. Average is a choice. Excellence is also a choice, and the choice is yours to make. You see, being the best isn't about natural talent or innate abilities. It's about commitment. It's about dedication. It's about the willingness to put in the work when others are taking it easy. It's about the courage to keep going when others have given up. I've often said that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Well, acting as if you're the best is one of those disciplines. It's a mindset that you need to cultivate, a habit that you need to develop. And here's the beautiful thing. When you start acting as if you're the best, you set in motion a powerful cycle of growth and improvement. Your actions shape your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions. As you consistently act with excellence, you begin to believe in your own capabilities more and more. This isn't about fooling yourself or others. It's about aligning your actions with your highest potential. It's about becoming the person you're capable of being. Because let me tell you, my friends, you are capable of far more than you realize. I want you to think for a moment about the people you admire most, the ones who are truly at the top of their game. Do you think they woke up one day and suddenly found themselves to be the best? Of course not. They became the best through consistent action, through relentless dedication to their craft. They acted as if they were the best long before anyone recognized them as such. They held themselves to higher standards. They pushed themselves harder. They refused to settle for mediocrity. And over time, their actions transformed them into the very best in their field. Now, I'm not saying this journey is easy. Acting as if you're the best means facing your fears. It means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means being willing to fail, to look foolish, to make mistakes. But here's the thing. The best aren't afraid of failure. They see it as a stepping stone to success. When you act as if you're the best, you don't let fear hold you back. You don't let doubt paralyze you. You push forward knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to prove yourself, to learn, to grow. And let me tell you, my friends, this mindset is contagious. When you start acting as if you're the best, people notice. They're drawn to your confidence, your enthusiasm, your commitment to excellence. They want to be around you, to work with you, to learn from you. You become a leader, not because of a title or position, but because of how you carry yourself. People look to you for guidance, for inspiration. They see in you what's possible when someone commits fully to being their best self. Now, I want to be clear about something. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean being perfect. The best make mistakes, they have bad days, they face setbacks and obstacles. But here's the difference. They don't let these things define them. They learn from them, grow from them, and come back stronger. When you act as if you're the best, you approach challenges differently. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you see them as opportunities to showcase your skills, to demonstrate your resilience, to prove your worth. You don't shy away from difficult tasks or uncomfortable situations. You lean into them knowing that they're the forge in which excellence is created. You understand that it's not about being comfortable, it's about being committed. Now let's talk about how this mindset affects your relationships. When you act as if you're the best, you bring more value to every interaction. You're not just there to take. You're there to give, to contribute, to make a positive impact. In your personal relationships, you become a better friend, a better partner, a better family member. You listen more intently. You show up more fully. You give of yourself more generously. Because that's what the best do. They don't just take from relationships. They invest in them. In your professional relationships, you become someone that others want to work with, someone they can rely on. You're not just a colleague or an employee. You're a valuable asset, a trusted advisor, a go-to person when things need to get done. And here's something fascinating. When you consistently act as if you're the best, you start to attract other high performers into your life. Like attracts like, after all. You create a network of excellence around you, a community of individuals who are also committed to being their best selves. This network becomes a powerful force in your life. It pushes you to grow, challenges you to improve, supports you when you stumble. Because the best understand that success is not a solo journey, it's a team sport. Now, I want to address something important. When I say act as if you're the best, I'm not talking about comparing yourself to others. I'm talking about competing with yourself, about being better today than you were yesterday, about constantly raising your own bar. You see, true excellence isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about maximizing your own potential, about making the most of the unique gifts and talents that you possess. When you act as if you're the best, you're not trying to prove anything to anyone else. You're proving something to yourself. You're demonstrating that you have what it takes to excel, to achieve, to make a real difference in the world. And let me tell you, my friends, that's a powerful feeling. When you know in your heart that you're giving your absolute best, that you're living up to your potential, it creates a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that nothing else can match. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial to this whole concept. When you act as if you're the best, you take full responsibility for your life. You don't blame others for your circumstances. You don't make excuses. You don't wait for someone else to solve your problems. Instead, you take ownership. You recognize that you are the author of your own story, the captain of your own ship. You understand that your life is shaped by your choices, your actions, your attitudes. This level of responsibility can be daunting at first. It means facing some hard truths about yourself and your life. It means acknowledging where you've fallen short, where you've let yourself down, but it's also incredibly empowering. Because when you take full responsibility, you also claim full control. You're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You're no longer a victim of your past or your environment. You become the driving force in your own life. And that, my friends, is what acting as if you're the best is all about. It's about stepping into your power, claiming your potential, and committing to living a life of excellence. Now, I want to address a concern that some of you might have. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but what if I fail? What if I try to act like I'm the best and I fall short? Well, let me tell you something. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every innovation has been preceded by numerous failures. The best don't succeed because they succeed because they never give up. When you act as if you're the best, you develop resilience. You learn to bounce back from setbacks. You understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's a stepping stone on your path to success. You see, the best don't fear failure. They fear mediocrity. They fear living a life of what ifs and if onlys. They fear settling for less than they're capable of. And that fear drives them to push past their failures, to learn from their mistakes, to keep striving for excellence. So don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Embrace it, welcome it, understand that every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become even better. Because that's what the best do. They turn their stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Now let's talk about consistency. Acting as if you're the best isn't something you do once in a while, when you're feeling particularly motivated or inspired. It's a way of life. It's a commitment you make to yourself every single day. The best don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't rely on fleeting bursts of inspiration. They show up day in and day out, ready to give their best. They understand that excellence is not an act, but a habit. This level of consistency requires discipline. It requires the ability to push yourself even when you don't feel like it, to maintain your standards even when no one is watching, to keep striving for excellence even when you're tired, discouraged, or facing obstacles. But here's the thing. This discipline, this consistency is what separates the best from the rest. It's what turns potential into reality. It's what transforms dreams into achievements. And let me tell you, my friends, the rewards of this consistency are immeasurable, not just in terms of external success, though that often follows, but in terms of personal growth, self-respect, and the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you're living up to your potential. Now, I want to address something that's often misunderstood about this concept. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean being arrogant or dismissive of others. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The truly best individuals are often the most humble, the most willing to learn from others, the most eager to help those around them succeed. You see, when you're secure in your own excellence, you don't need to put others down to lift yourself up. You're not threatened by the success of others. Instead, you celebrate it. You understand that there's enough success to go around, that someone else's achievement doesn't diminish your own. In fact, the best often seek out other high achievers. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, who push them to be better. They understand that iron sharpens iron, that we rise by lifting others. So as you commit to acting as if you're the best, also commit to being a positive force in the lives of those around you. Encourage others, share your knowledge, celebrate their successes, because that's what the best do. They don't just excel themselves, they inspire excellence in others. Now let's talk about the impact of this mindset on your goals and dreams. When you act as if you're the best, you don't set small, safe goals. You dream big, you set audacious targets that stretch you, that push you beyond your current capabilities. The best understand that the size of your success is determined by the size of your dreams. They know that if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So they aim high. They refuse to let their current circumstances or past experiences limit their aspirations. But there's the crucial part. They don't just dream big, they back up those dreams with massive action. They understand that wishful thinking alone won't get them where they want to go. They need to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and persist in the face of challenges. When you act as if you're the best, you approach your goals with a level of commitment and determination that others find hard to comprehend. You're willing to do what others won't, to sacrifice what others won't sacrifice, to persist when others would give up. And let me tell you, my friends, that level of commitment is what turns dreams into reality. It's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely wish for it. Now I want to talk about something that's often overlooked when discussing excellence. When you act as if you're the best, you don't just focus on your strengths. You also work on your weaknesses. You're honest with yourself about areas where you need to improve. The best understand that true excellence is well-rounded. They don't ignore their weak points or try to hide them. Instead, they face them head-on. They work tirelessly to turn those weaknesses into strengths. This requires humility. It requires the willingness to admit that you don't know everything, that you're not perfect, but it also requires courage. The courage to face your shortcomings, to put yourself in situations where you might struggle or fail, all in the name of growth and improvement. And here's the thing. As you work on your weaknesses, you discover new strengths. You uncover talents and abilities you never knew you had. You become more versatile, more adaptable, more capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. Now, let's talk about the impact of this mindset on your mindset itself. When you consistently act as if you're the best, you begin to rewire your brain. You create new neural pathways, new patterns of thinking and behaving. Over time, excellence becomes your default mode. High performance becomes your natural state. You no longer have to consciously think about giving your best. It just becomes who you are. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort, of making the choice to be excellent day after day, decision after decision. But once it happens, it's powerful. You see, my friends, acting as if you're the best isn't just about achieving external success. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about living up to your potential, about making the most of the gifts and talents you've been given. It's about looking in the mirror at the end of each day and knowing deep in your heart that you gave it your all. And here's the beautiful thing. As you commit to this path of excellence, you'll find that it affects every area of your life. Your work becomes more impactful. your relationships become more meaningful. Your personal growth accelerates. You become a source of inspiration for others, a living example of what's possible when someone decides to live life at the highest level. But remember, this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about waking up each day with the intention to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, viewing setbacks as setups for comebacks, and treating every experience, good or bad, as a chance to learn and improve. So I challenge you today. Start acting as if you're the best, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep commitment to excellence, not to prove anything to anyone else, but to honor the potential within you. Raise your standards, push your limits, refuse to settle for mediocrity in any area of your life. Because you are capable of greatness, my friends. You have it within you to be truly exceptional. And as you embark on this journey, remember, the best is not a destination. It's a continual process of growth, learning, and self-improvement. So keep pushing, keep striving, keep reaching for new heights, because that's what the best do, and that's what you're capable of doing.